Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Welcome to another fabulous Friday. We are in the middle of fall and we have a new launch of the Stampin Blends for everyone, and I wanted to share another fall card since fall is my favorite color. And I wanted to show you, I know there's been a lot of samples out there with coloring the big wide images or what have you. I wanted to show you that you can color some that have more detail in the stamps too. So let's get started. The supplies you're going to need are a piece of Cajun Craze, which is the card base, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a scrap piece of the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper, and it's cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and a scratch piece of Whisper White to do our stamping on. Now, the stamp sets we're going to use are Vintage Leaves and Painted Harvest. This has been really popular this fall, and we're going to use the I am thankful for you sentiment again. And I wanted to use this maple leaf. So let's get started. Since this stamp set is a photopolymer, I wanted to bring out my Pierce mat. And you want to use the Memento Tuxedo Black so that your alcohol markers don't smear the ink. I'm just going to ink up our stamp. Okay. Got good coverage there. And it's not really going to matter where I stamp on this because we're going to cut it out anyway after we color it. So just stamp our image. There, and set it aside. So the colors we're going to use are the Old Olive, the Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and I did bring out the color lifter just in case I went outside the lines, and it actually works. Now when you color with this, you want to make sure you have something to protect your surface because they will bleed through. So I'm going to start out with the darker of the two Old Olive markers, and I am just going to follow the middle of the stamped image because we're going to do a lot of blending. No right or wrong way. I'm going to bring in my light. Just kind of pull out some of that dark. Okay. And when you hear that click, that means that the cap is on tight and it's not going to dry out. I'm going to bring in some of my pumpkin pie and just pull it through where the lines are. And every time you stamp an image and color it, they're going to look different. Nothing ever looks the same. Now I'll pull in some more of the lighter orange, the light version of the pumpkin pie. The nice part is you can just bring out the different colors and just blend them all in and give it that fall leaf look. And I'm just bringing in the green into some of the vein work. I'll bring in some more of the bright yellow. And again, you're just going to be adding layer after layer till you get the effect that you want. And if you didn't want those lines that are the stark lines, you just kind of bring them through. Back to some of the orange. The fun part about a fall leaf is there is no exact color palette, or I should say no exact pattern to it. And if you notice, we've been coloring over all of the black lines from the stamp and nothing's smearing. That's why you want to use the Memento. Let's go a little bit too heavy-handed with the orange there. Let's go back over with some green. Okay. pretty happy with the results of that. Let's cut it out with a Big Shot. Okay, so we'll put our card together now. Okay, so let's set that aside. You're going to turn it around so that the yellow's more on the bottom so that we can get that stamped sentiment down there. So I'm using Cajun Craze ink for the sentiment and also for the little dots. And that's one of the images. And we're just going to randomly put some dots. Staying away from this section here so that we can put the sentiment there. Okay. Now we're going to add some dimensionals to him. You can see by the back side of the image where the color bled through, but it didn't hurt anything because we were using the grid paper. Okay, I'm going to use some white baker's twine to tie a bow. In fact, I'm going to do a double bow for this one. The original card I used very vanilla, but I found this scrap piece in my supply, so I thought, you know what, we're creating a card made of scraps, why not use a scrap piece of the twine too? I'm going to make a double bow. And when you're making bows with twine, you want to hold on to that knot. It keeps the bow, the bunny ears from twisting. Okay, we'll use a mini glue dot to put him on there. Okay, and I want to add some more bling, of course. We're going to use some of the glitter dots, and being there's more green in this leaf versus the one I did before, I'll use some of the green. Let's use the lighter green. Stick them down in the corner, and it picks up the yellow behind it. And we want to add some Wink of Stella on our leaf so that it looks kind of dewy. Okay, there you go. There's your fall card using the new Stampin' Blends. If you'd like more information on this video, go to scrapsbysissy.com. All the measurements will be listed there and linked to my online store to get your collection of the Stampin' Blends started. Have a great day. Bye.